Disclaimer.
History is not safe for work, and neither is HistoricHole.
This podcast is uncensored and contains explicit language.
Welcome to HistoricHole. My name is David, and as always, I am joined by Jason and Michael.
Guten Tag.
Hey, we are at HistoricHole. We take a funny look at stuff through history. Sometimes people, sometimes events. But today is part 2 of a person.
Yes.
Yes.
That person is Daddy von Bismarck.
Mm-hmm.
Otto is his real name, but you know.
Hopefully
He's the daddy of a country.
Yeah, hopefully you listen to part 1 so you know his name is Otto. Who is this man we speak of?
Or unless you're just an idiot and you don't know his name.
Yeah.
It's like a famous dude. Come
Right.
on.
Several
Don't
places are named after him. He has a couple monuments, 4 different continents. Oh, it's whatever.
Whatever.
Monuments don't mean anything nowadays, Jason.
Racking up monuments. Yeah, they're tearing them down pretty quickly. So
Not Bismarck's.
Not yet.
you can't tear us down. They're
wait.
forged in titanium.
Literally, they're part of the Earth's crust.
Yeah, the earth naturally created them. Nature is healing.
So, we continue our story. It's 1866.
Where we left off.
Austria has just lost a war, the 7 Weeks' War with Prussia.
Austria lost it.
Yes.
That gun's looking mighty good right now.
I was like, don't you do it. I detest, poke the bear.
Resulting with some territory lost by Austria and their power levels diminishing in the German Confederation, which was abolished. And then you had the Northern German Confederation form with Prussia at the head.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yes. And Bismarck had gotten several other small, lesser German states in the south to align with Prussia as well over Austria because they were doing terribly on the world stage.
Mm.
If it was a ballet, they just slipped.
It was like Black Swan. She impaled herself on a spike.
Correct. So we have a couple years pass, and then France is not liking the fact that Germany is starting to become whole, because French and Germans have never gotten along throughout history.
Oh,
I think it's just a thing with French people.
Yes.
They don't get along with anybody, really.
You
Think about it.
Right? So
At least the British, they forced people to be their friends around the world with their empire. The French just were assholes.
and if anything went wrong, they were just on an island. Sorry. You guys do over that stuff on the mainland.
So Bismarck started flirting with Napoleon III
Hey.
a little bit, saying, "Hey, thanks for staying out of the war when Austria and I were
footsie.
going at it."
You looked real cute when you were staying out that war.
So
Flashing him some eyes.
maybe we could give
Flutters.
you something for that generous gesture. Maybe you get some land in Luxembourg or something. I don't know.
Just spitballing.
And Napoleon was like, oui, yes.
Quizzical look on his face. Oh.
But Bismarck kept pulling it out from under him, dangling it in
was
front
a
of him.
carrot. He was dangling that carrot.
the carrot, and then ripping it away to the point where
Dangling a croissant.
the French ambassador approached King Wilhelm while he was on vacation, saying, "Hey, I thought we were coming to an agreement." And then also the fact that Spain, which had just gone through some revolutions, its throne had been vacant for a couple years, and through the lineage,
Some homeless guy was sitting on it.
Prince Leopold of the Prussian family
Leopold
was offered the throne, and the French ambassador also told King Wilhelm, is like, yeah, that's not going to happen. we're not going to allow Prussia to own this chunk of land over here, and then Spain right beneath us. Like, what are like? No, we're not going to allow that. So what you're going to do, King, is you're going to say anyone in your family will never, ever ascend the throne of Spain. Ever. Wilhelm was like, yeah, no, that's stupid of me to do, so I'm not going to do that. And then they sort of just parted ways. When
All right, never mind.
when Wilhelm told Bismarck about it, Bismarck was like, oh, excellent. So he
Good.
Wilhelm,
It's always interesting, though, in history when disagreement doesn't end in, violence and bloodshed. It's just like, all right, he didn't go for it.
You can still somehow probably track most of it, though. It's like,
well, what happened was Wilhelm had sent Bismarck, the transaction, what was said between the two men, and Bismarck edited it and published it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, making it seem as if to both sides, both French and German peoples, like that their side was offended.
So they were spread disinformation. He spread disinformation. Yes. Oh, wow.
To the point where French people were like, fuck Germany. Because it got published on Bastille Day.
Their voices squeak like that, too. They were all like 12-year-old boys.
Well, they're French.
Yeah, that's true.
They're effeminate. So
we're going to paint our picture.
So French people were like, yeah, this is stupid, and then declared war on Germany.
Stupid war.
And which Bismarck won out because
spoke too soon.
Now
Yeah, I know. You're like, isn't it great when things end up not in war?
when
It's like, not that day.
Yeah, not exactly. Not exactly that day.
Yeah, usually someone ends up shooting somebody at one of these meetings, flips a table, and says, that's offensive in my culture.
Sir, I am offended.
Well,
closes the door and all the knives.
And see, it helps Bismarck because now France is seen as the aggressor, so more German people.
He shoved us first.
Jump on the cause.
Yeah, are more nationalistic. They're more inspired by the
patriots.
Yeah, patriotism. They're
And
like, you fuck with Germany, you fuck with all of Germany.
You fuck with one of us, you fuck with all of us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like coming up in the 5 boroughs
of Germany,
or one of the 5 boroughs of Germany.
And Bismarck knew this was coming.
Berlin,
because for in Bismarck's mind, for Germany to completely unify, France had to be dealt with in one way or another.
For us to be whole, you have to be non-existent.
So, and in on the world stage, he was just like, no one's really going to care if we beat France, but if France beats us, like, it'll be a power shift in the dynamic of Europe. So no one's going to ally with France against little old Prussia, so we'll be fine. And not to mention our, terrific army can just roll over anyone.
Look at this terrific army.
Terrific.
Like, we're terrific. We're the Prussian army.
Is terrific. I mean, like, you look at the word terrific. It's like the what is it? The prefix ter.
It's like terror.
Terror.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with it? It's terrific.
Quite possibly.
Somebody says something's terrific. Is that what it means? Like, it's terrific?
It fills you with terror.
But I don't think that's what terrific means. I think terrific is like, that was good, very good.
We're talking about the etymology. But
I saw
whatever.
Cats on Broadway. It was terrific.
It was horrific.
Oh God.
It had to happen, Rhaegar.
Sorry,
We apologize.
Rhaegar. Blame your owner, not me.
This time.
Don't you do it. That's not a pun. It's an animal.
So
You can't just shoot people for that.
the Franco-Prussian War lasts for about a year, but all of the major battles happen within a month because the army is terrific. So from July 7th or August 7th to
Montage
September
of just
5th.
terrificking.
Yeah. They take Napoleon
Throwing spears.
prisoner.
Goes to like 5 people.
They take Napoleon prisoner, send him back to Germany.
Shit.
And occupy a lot of land, and a part of their treaty was, hey, we're going to stay here until you pay us. And coincidentally, the sum to be paid was the exact same sum that Napoleon I had put upon Prussia in 1806. So,
well, the
that's just
turns
funny. As of 2010, that number turned out to be $432 billion that they had to give them for Germany or Prussia, the German Confederation, to leave France.
Interesting.
It's like, are they really that bad? They seem quite terrific. That's a lot of money.
Prussia,
It's a terrific amount of money.
Prussia lost about 100,000 troops. France lost 1 million.
Oh,
Suck on it.
terrific.
Yeah, fantastic,
Yeah, that is absolutely terrific.
Phenomenal, if you will.
amazing numbers.
His numbers are terrifying. I'm so scared of them.
During the last phases of the war, while at the Chateau Versailles, Wilhelm I was proclaimed Emperor of the German Empire.
Suck on that, France.
January 18th, 1871, in the Hall of Mirrors at Versailles.
I can see myself.
And yeah, now you have the German Empire, which I do believe is the Second Reich.
Reich number 2.
Yes, the first being the Holy Roman Empire.
The sequel.
So the emperor is a confederate. The German Empire is a confederation. You got Prussia and then 25 other states. Now Wilhelm, is proclaimed emperor, but he's not sort of like king of everyone. Everyone sort of has a little bit of autonomy going on, but still they answer to.
But I want to be king of everyone.
No, that's his son that comes up. Actually, grandson. But we got a while.
We got a while.
He names Otto von Bismarck Chancellor of the Empire. Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like you want us to be like, oh, that's a big,
Yeah.
important thing.
And he also
I will not give you what you want.
kept his
Cool.
titles within the Prussian government itself, the foreign minister and
It's tubular, bro.
minister president. So he basically had control over the entire operation. And Wilhelm I was just like, who was kind of scared of him, because every time Wilhelm and Otto von Bismarck had a little dispute over something Bismarck wanted to do,
Otto just started punching the shit out.
well, no, Bismarck was just be like, I'll quit. I'll do it. I will leave your ass. And Wilhelm was like, okay, whatever you want, daddy. Yes.
He's like, you don't want to be on your own. You want to be out there by yourself. They'll tear you apart. You don't even know.
You don't know what this world really looks like.
See, that's always
Been
interesting.
something for too long, Daddy Bismarck has.
Like, it's got to be the case for a lot of people, like a lot of weak leaders like that, who just don't want to stand up, who just don't have a vision for themselves, really.
It's all meek. It's like, do this, Emperor.
I mean, there's always some guy like that, a Bismarck sort of behind them.
It's always a Dick Cheney.
Either competence may vary.
But there's always somebody.
There's
We're not saying
somebody.
they're all good.
It's like pulling
They're not all
strings.
terrific,
They're
but
not
they're
all
there.
They may be terrific in different ways.
Terrifically incompetent.
Good Lord, dog.
Yeah.
Doing.
He's going at it.
Can you stop?
Trying to censor him.
What a big censor bar
Christ.
for Rhaegar.
Is that safe?
Rhaegar.
Yeah, you've trained him. This is Jason's stuff.
There we go. Now we get some nice footage of you. So with Bismarck now in control of an up-and-coming power in the European theater
Society?
stage. Yeah.
The
I don't know.
continent.
Culture? I don't fucking know.
In Europe.
Yeah.
The theater of Europe.
Yes.
The stage. The ballet.
The ballet.
Europe is like a stage.
The ballet that is European politics.
And war.
1800s.
Well, he was seen as a really big war hawk, but after, Germany sort of consolidated, he was just like, well,
Consolidated.
now I'm going to maintain what I've created. And he sort of flip-flopped and just started making peace deals left and right. hey, you want to buddy up? You want a treaty? Huh?
So he was at the casino just throwing out house deals.
But that's on the,
You over there, you want some peace?
You want a piece
on the-
of this piece?
the bigger picture on the smaller stage in Germany itself. He started what was known as the Kulturkampf. Great
Culture
band name.
camp.
Yeah, the cultural struggle.
I don't know. That's a good band name. The Culture Camp sounds kind of bad.
Yes, where he went against.
And see, this is why Hitler made it all about himself.
It
Bad
was
guy he was.
sort of an attack on Catholicism. He started
Launching barbs at the Pope.
because he got a little paranoid and thought that the Pope wanted
He's
to.
gonna smoke the Pope.
He thought the Pope wanted to control the world. So
So you got him drunk enough. He's like, did you say,
He's
if you
not
get a few
wrong.
glasses of wine and just start talking about the Pope starting to control the world.
a dark German stout, and he's just like the Pope.
He's not wrong.
I'm not saying he is.
The Pope, if he could, dude, the Pope would totally usurp power of the world.
He started saying that German bishops had to ask the government before they could vote for, any papal decisions. He wanted to have state-appointed bishops also, which, the papacy was
Church
like,
and state.
that's not cool,
Mixing that church and state right there.
right?
That's always a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Not a good one.
He started imprisoning some bishops as well.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Not really great.
Just throwing bishops in prison.
But what he found was
Catapulting them into the gallows.
so Catholics are being persecuted by Otto von Bismarck.
yes, who are about a third of the population of Germany.
Well, that doesn't sound like a
So
wise
they
strategy. What is with Germans and persecuting people?
They actually
It's like, let's go after the Catholics. It's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's go for the Jews. All right.
it did backfire on him because the Catholics just garnered support and created the Center Party, which ran up against him in the Reichstag and Bundesrat within the government itself. So,
Well, that's what happens.
and he had been allied with the liberals against the Catholics.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
I want them liberals.
Yes.
Lock her up. Oh, wait.
And then he also had a big problem with socialism, as always. In 1878, you had the Socialist Democratic Party form.
Uh-oh. It's like
It's kind of funny.
the Social Democrats,
Yeah, Social Democratic Party.
not Democratic Socialists. 'Cause
Correct.
That's what they keep doing. They just keep flipping the words all around. Just like, hey, no, it's not Social Democrats. It's Democrat Socialists.
We're the terrific socialists.
Yeah, we're the Democratic Terrifics. Terrific Democrats.
It's like a movie, Democratic Terrific. Like it was like translated wrong. Someone's like jumping on the cover.
German. Yeah, it's a German.
Yeah. They got pigtails.
To curb some of the support.
They're wearing like Bavarian.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of
Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost said ladlehosen.
That's our new clothesline, label hose. We're gonna start it on the historical store.
I like how like Jason always says something and then Michael always mishears him and then it's just like I can't deal. Can't deal with it.
I can't deal.
I don't know which thread to chase.
So to curb some of the support the socialists were getting, Bismarck, unfortunately had to start. He created a sort of pseudo welfare state. Started giving people health insurance and socialized medicine and whatnot, safety insurance
commie.
for workers. But it didn't really. That also backfired because it didn't really help because socialists kept,
Backfire.
gathering support. But what he found was that
Wait. So socialists kept gaining support despite him basically giving them what they wanted.
yeah.
So what is that?
Well,
tell you?
the party, the party
What's
itself.
the lesson here?
Yeah, the party itself.
Oh, just keep conceding. Yeah, I'm sure it'll stop the no.
Yes. No,
Not-
it will.
no. It doesn't work like that.
No,
They just no.
they just want more. So, but he
goalposts
actually found
are never
himself an ally against the socialists in his former enemy, the Catholics. Because the Catholics are hardcore conservative, and they're just like, yeah, socialism's stupid.
Well, look who came knocking back on the Pope's door.
So they together, him and the Catholics, teamed up. He left behind all of his liberal friends, and conservatives once again started controlling the German government. Now, on the in the bigger picture on the world stage here,
So he basically averted disaster.
socialism, yeah, in Germany, yeah.
Yeah. Or did he?
Dun dun dun. No, he didn't. So on the world stage,
Yes, but actually no.
after
Yes, but no.
the Franco-Prussian War, it pretty much solidified the rivalry between France and Prussia. Like, they were never going to get along from here on out.
Yeah.
So Bismarck's only plan was he had to isolate France diplomatically from everyone else, because France and Russia were tight. Russia and Austria were tight. England and France were never tight, but England was friends with, the other two,
A love-hate thing.
right?
We love to fight.
So
It was like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Just kidding. It's not like that at all.
It's more like Skip and Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I was going to go that way. but-
Skip. No matter who's on the other side, though, it's Skip.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just going to go that way, but like they're not on the show anymore together, so
Yeah.
it's like what-
Only in our hearts.
that reference wouldn't really make sense to.
Okay, so in 1873, to sort of start his strangulation of France, he formed the League of the Three Emperors,
I don't ever trust a league.
Especially if there's only 3.
which was Wilhelm,
Yeah.
Alexander II of Russia,
Yep.
and Francis Joseph of Austria-Hungary.
Hi, I'm Francis Joseph. I'm terrific.
And so they sort of held control over the Balkan region, which, butted up against the Ottoman Empire, and sort of kept track over Eastern Europe together.
Butter.
Yeah. Then he had some internal problems. Someone wasn't jiving with his foreign
Bleeding.
policy. So they actually attempted to steal documents and expose him, for which he had them jailed, indicted, imprisoned, and then exiled, where the man died in Britain 3 years later.
So, don't do that.
Yeah. And no one ever did again.
Yeah. Send a message.
Exactly.
It's not about.
Iron Fist.
It's about. Sending
Not the Marvel show, Michael. It's a term of expression.
All right, Jason. You're just talking to yourself.
Yes.
Damn it, Michael, it's a term.
calling you out. Calling you out, Michael.
In 1879, he entered the dual alliance with Austria-Hungary, a little more, intimate alliance they had between us, between them. No more Russia getting in the middle.
It's like Barry White.
Yeah. It's a very intimate relationship.
Hey,
Even though 10 years prior they had been at war.
light a candle.
Hey, baby, I know I wronged you,
But I wrote you the song.
but now I'm back for some
In treaty
sweet
form.
loving.
Some sweet, sweet peace treaties. I love my peace.
And then in 1882, he entered the Triple Alliance with Austria-Hungary and Italy.
Between McDonald's, Taco Bell, and KFC. The Triple Alliance.
And Italy, of course, had no love for France, seeing as they had owned. Italy was still trying to, become a country as well. And
Burger King.
And France had,
Never as good.
carved out a piece of its land, So,
Literally digging. This is ours.
so they were
Put
like,
it on a map.
they did not like the frogs. Frogs. French people.
Yeah, we get it.
Ribbit.
Also, Michael, I didn't know. I'm not sure if you know at this time, during the 1880s.
Why you always address me?
On-
David might not know.
I'm doing other things.
David knows everything. So
What?
there was a period of colonialism across a craze of colonialism
Across the pond?
across Europe, as they wanted to set up foreign empires in Africa and Southeast Asia.
Might as well.
Yes, and Otto von Bismarck was not a big fan. He's like,
Of Africa.
no, of
colonialism.
colonialism. He's like, we just set up shop here. Like we're not even like 5 years old. Why do we want to overextend ourselves?
Yeah, spread ourselves too thin.
Yeah,
You reap what you sow.
You got too many pot's boiling and there's too many cooks in the kitchen and there's
And then the kitchen burns down.
We don't even have any cooks.
too many cooks.
There's just
So he was against it, but there was a public outcry for empires.
It was just a public outcry. People were crying out for empires. Like, Empire! Rule me! Rule me!
No, it was more rule them. France had actually already set up a big chunk of Africa. England, as we know,
It was everywhere.
everywhere.
And they had the world.
Yeah,
You know.
there were
we still have that?
mostly, India, several places in
Namaste.
fucking Africa, and then Belgium for some reason had Central Africa. Belgium's just randomly in
We
there.
don't even know how we got here.
So-
We're Belgium.
So Bismarck was like, okay,
They had some fucked up shit though. King Leopold, didn't he chop off the hands and there's a
Yeah,
whole thing?
yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's that. Everyone's like, they're like, Belgium, what a bunch of goofballs. Like, yeah, they're chopping hands off. Not really.
They got a big old smile on your face as they get that meat cleaver.
so
Yeah, we're Belgians.
he reluctantly
Yum hands and chocolate.
created a colonial
Chocolate hands.
empire, starting in New Guinea, of all places, and then
Yeah, really.
Where
and
guinea
then,
pigs run free.
and then had several, and then in the scramble for Africa to
Everyone's
get up,
tripping over themselves.
get up
Guinea
the
pigs.
get the last scraps of Africa.
We got a flat tire.
He got a couple nice chunks of land, nice plots, present day Rwanda and some
Oh
other
yeah,
places.
perfect. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
There was no hotels.
beautiful land.
Have you been to the hotel? It's beautiful. Sorry. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's do that next week, Jason. So we can
No thanks.
The hotels in Rwanda.
Good movie
the
though.
Don Cheadle,
And Nick
Next
Nolte
episode.
Nick Nolte.
played the UN officer. So
He's probably the bad guy.
He's probably like, oh, I can't
well,
get
I
you
mean, he
out.
works for the UN.
Yeah.
Of course he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He works.
It's like, do you see they're literally killing millions of people? Oh, I just can't do it.
I don't have orders. So we come to 1888. Bismarck's been doing a pretty good job of maintaining peace on the continent.
Maintain.
And then Kaiser Wilhelm I dies.
Yep. And this is where it goes downhill.
And then his son Frederick William takes over, but he had cancer of the larynx, so he died 99 days later.
Not very long.
And then his son Wilhelm II ascends the throne. Kaiser Wilhelm II, the last Kaiser of the German Empire,
Yep. Because
because he's a fucking moron.
You'll be the last Kaiser.
Because he was young, and Bismarck, he was getting up on it,
Young.
up in there in the years,
up in their ears.
and
He was an old.
he thought he was going to have to deal with Frederick William, and he was fine. So he didn't think he was going to have to deal with the youngin
Yeah. The impetulant.
that brat.
youth who just wanted to expand exponentially, wanted to get Germany out there.
I guess it wouldn't be it would be petulant, right?
Yes, the petulant child.
A petulant child
Yes,
who bit off more than he could chew and then choked on a steak.
which they started.
Even though he was eating candy.
He started questioning some of Bismarck's decisions in foreign policy. Started sitting in on some meetings that Wilhelm I never
Sitting
did.
uncomfortably close.
It's just like,
Starts to micromanage.
yeah, Bismarck's like, can I just do my job?
It's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's the lesson here.
Yeah.
How can this make me look cooler?
But how can I get more credit for what's going on is what it is. How can my ego be satiated?
Yes. So they end up having several disputes to the point where Bismarck eventually resigns in March 18th, 1890, at 75 years old. And it moves to
I quit.
Frederiksrud near Hamburg, where he settles down. And it's just waiting for someone to come ask him to how to run the government, because Wilhelm fucked up, but never happened.
They'll all come running. One day.
No.
Then
Just sat on his porch, rocking his chair, and no one ever
she's
cared.
like, "That they're gonna come one day." Then the moon goes.
The
The
moon
days
goes
fly,
down,
you
and the
know?
sun goes up, and the moon goes down.
the leaves fall, snow falls.
Any day
spring
now.
comes.
The flowers blossom. The birds start to.
He
Any day now, they're gonna come running back.
Wilhelm will come running back. I know it, little snot.
He's gonna fuck it up.
But he doesn't. His wife Joanna dies November 27th, 1894.
You locked me in the house. You've been sitting on that goddamn porch.
Which was very sad. You know, love of his life. They had 3 kids together.
Yeah, that's sad when you accidentally kill your wife by locking her in a house while you're waiting for people to ask you to run the country on your porch.
And then Bismarck himself, who eventually got gangrene in his foot and had to be consigned to a wheelchair.
It's almost what happened to Alex Smith.
He died July 30th, 1898
He almost made it.
at 83. 83. Sorry, 83.
Which is it?
Oh, 83. And on his grave, he wrote,
You ready for something funny?
yeah, a loyal German servant of Emperor Wilhelm the First. A little slap at the upstart on the throne
me.
currently. But hey, I'm saying this right now. If he would have lived, or if fucking the brat wouldn't have kicked him out, he would have been lively enough because he's doing what he loves.
Oh yeah.
He would have had life in him.
Yeah.
He would have probably got us set on a course that would have avoided World War I. Because he even, while on it, consigned to a wheelchair, he's just like, somebody talk to me. Like he's just talking to anyone. He just starts making predictions about world politics.
Talk to me.
Even says at one point, if there's ever a world issue, it's going to come from the Balkans.
All right. Okay, boomer.
Which, that's where Serbia is.
We all know about Serbia.
Yeah, and
We don't know about a little.
if he had
nationalist.
a couple more years to strike a few more deals,
Serbian film.
because he struck a deal with that Russia wouldn't attack Germany unless Austria attacked Russia or something like that. Something complicated like that, where someone has to attack one person for them to attack the other. And after he resigned, it didn't get reset. So, and that costed Prussia when World War I happened.
It costed them.
It costed.
It cost Russia. It accosted Russia.
I was gonna say. I was like,
costed
you trying to say something else there?
It cost Russia
It
because
accosted me in the supermarket.
instead of having that that trap or that
Hey, Russia.
Hey, Russia.
that backdoor agreement, they got fucked militarily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrific.
right.
They got fucked terrifically.
By a terrific military.
It's a terrific fucking. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's
And he's
Otto
dead.
von Bismarck. Yeah,
Bismarck's
The
dead.
end.
And
And everything worked out in the rest of history.
Yeah, and everybody happily ever after. Really.
Yeah, the 1900s are full of great peace.
rainbows and sunshine.
20 years after the
puppies
greatest,
and candy.
The Wizard of Oz came out
20 years after the greatest
at some point.
diplomat in European history dies, everything goes to shit for half a
There
decade
was a war.
or half a century.
It was a great one, they said.
Yeah.
And then there was
There was
another-
a sequel.
And there was a sequel.
It
That
was so
even better
great
than
they
the
had a
first.
sequel.
The Dark Knight.
It was so great that they had they had a second one, and it was even better than the
Like,
first.
yeah, that first one we thought was great, but oof, that second one that took us to heights we never even imagined.
3 is currently in production. Pre-production.
And it's probably going to suck.
It'll never live up to
It won't
expectations.
live up to its name. Nah.
Really
Won't live up to
disappointing
it.
how everyone died at the beginning of the movie when all the nukes fell.
All right, so let's get to the shill stuff.
Wait till we
real
get to
quick.
wait till we get to the fourth one though.
More deep.
Einstein said it would be fought with
With
sticks
sticks
and
and stones.
stones. Herder. All right.
And lasers
Pew.
Coming out of
with
the
anything you can find.
It's like Terminator. All right. All right. All right, the shill stuff. Give us 5 Otto von Bismarcks on iTunes if we're worth it.
There
Give
were
us 5
there
unified German states.
were
For work,
commemorative coins after he died.
Give us 5 commemorative coins.
Or 5 stars on iTunes.
I would love.
Will
I would
suffice.
They probably go for a couple grand on eBay.
Yeah, so give it to us for free.
And we'll sell them on
mint
eBay
condition. Mint condition.
You can
I
follow
want to
us.
see each hair in his mustache.
You can follow us on social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter at HistoricHole.
You've heard of them.
Yeah.
Send us angry messages.
Yeah, you could send us angry messages or, continue
Tell us
being
we suck.
apathetic. It doesn't matter, really.
Just open your ears.
Ultimately, open your hearts and minds.
In your ears.
In your ears, mainly.
And close your eyes.
Mainly your ears.
And your wallets.
Hearts and minds,
Give us
optional.
give us all your expensive stuff so we'll sell it on eBay.
You can email us at historichole@gmail.com. I might actually set up a new email address for that, like Ask Historical or some bullshit like that. But yeah.
So you, and then you won't even send us questions. You'll send us declarative statements like "You suck" and "Michael's gay." Stuff like that.
And our
Comedy gold.
And our statement of modernity for this week is hating yourself is a good way to avoid responsibility. And that's about it for our show today.
Well, damn.
There we go. There you go, folks. There you go. I don't know what that was.
Life is full of holes. Enter wisely.
Well, there you go.
Auf Wiedersehen.
There you go.
There you go.